Hello listeners, today we're diving into an issue that affects many foreigners who've fallen in love with the beauty and charm of the Philippines. Not just the country itself, but its amazing people. Love knows no boundaries, but when it comes to visas, the reality is often more complicated. Whether you're applying for a tourist visa, a fiancé visa, or a spousal visa to take your Philippine partner abroad, the process can be daunting, emotional, and filled with red tape. For many couples, the first step is applying for a tourist visa, so the Filipino partner can visit the foreigner's country. Unfortunately, this process often feels like navigating a bureaucratic maze. Tourist visas are particularly tricky because immigration authorities worry that applicants might not return home. Here are the challenges. Firstly, you have what's called proof of ties to the Philippines. The applicant must prove they have strong reasons to return, such as stable employment, property ownership, or family commitments. Many young Filipinos, particularly those without a solid job or assets, struggle to meet these requirements. There are very high denial rates, between 60 and 80%. Embassies are known for denying applications without giving detailed reasons, and this leaves couples very frustrated. For example, John, a British citizen, wanted Maria to visit the UK to meet his family. Maria's visa application was denied because her job as a freelance online worker didn't provide the strong ties immigration officials wanted. Despite having all expenses covered by John, the embassy deemed her a flight risk. Okay, let's look at fiancé visas. The fiancé visa, often referred to as a K-1 visa in the US, allows a Filipino partner to enter the country to marry within a set period. While this seems a straightforward option, it comes with its own set of hurdles. Here are the challenges. Firstly, you need extensive documentation. Couples need to provide proof of their relationship, including photos, messages, and evidence of meetings. Embassies scrutinize these documents for signs of fraud. Then there can be interview stress. The interview process can be intimidating. Questions are often personal and can make applicants feel uncomfortable. Also, there is a long processing time. Fiancé visas can take months, leaving couples in limbo. For example, Sarah and Michael, an American-Filipino couple, spent nearly a year gathering paperwork for their K-1 visa. Despite meeting all requirements, the process dragged on for 14 months due to administrative delays. The wait tested their patience and strained their relationships. Okay, let's look at spousal visas. Married but not yet together. For married couples, spousal visas are the next logical step, allowing the Filipino wife to join her husband abroad. However, being legally married doesn't guarantee an easy process. Here are the challenges. Firstly, there is financial proof. Foreign sponsors often need to demonstrate their ability to support their spouse financially. This can be challenging for those with lower incomes or irregular earnings. And also, nowadays we have visa backlogs. Countries like the US and Canada often face backlogs, delaying the reunification of families. And cultural biases. Embassies may suspect marriages between foreigners and Filipinos are transactional rather than genuine. For example, James and Angela, an Australian-Filipino couple, had their spousal visa delayed for over 2 years due to changes in immigration policies. During this time, James had to make multiple trips to the Philippines, straining their finances and their emotional well-being. Okay, Let's look at work visas, the career conundrum. For Filipinos planning to work abroad while staying with their foreign partners, securing a work visa is yet another challenge. Many countries have strict labour laws that limit the types of jobs available to foreign workers. There are two challenges. Firstly, the skill requirements. Applicants often need to prove they have specialised skills or qualifications. Secondly, there is the sponsorship issue. Work visas usually require a sponsorship employer, which can be difficult to secure from abroad. For example, Jessica, a nurse, wanted to join her Canadian husband and work in healthcare. Despite her qualifications, her work visa was denied because the Canadian Immigration Office required additional certifications. Jessica had to spend another year completing courses before reapplying. Okay, visas with children. It gets more complicated where families and children are involved. The visa process gets even more difficult in these circumstances. Foreign fathers who wish to take their Filipino wife and children abroad face additional paperwork, especially if the child's legal custody isn't clearly documented. So you have proof of custody. If the child was born out of wedlock, legal custody must be established before applying for visas. And also, each additional child adds to the cost and documentation required. For example, Mark wanted to bring his Filipino wife and her 2 children to the US. However, one child's biological father refused to sign custody papers, delaying the visa process for years. Okay, let's conclude. Navigating the visa process can feel overwhelming, but it's not impossible. Here are some tips for foreign partners. 1. Start early. Visa applications take a long time, so begin the process as soon as possible. 2. Be thorough. Double-check all documentation to avoid unnecessary delays. 3. Seek professional help. Immigration consultants or lawyers can provide guidance and improve your chances of success. Finally, stay patient. The process is often lengthy, but persistence pays off. Love may know no boundaries, but bureaucracy does. By understanding the challenges and preparing carefully, you and your Filipino partner can navigate the process and build a future together abroad. Stay hopeful. Your dream of being together in a new country is worth the effort. Well, that's all for today, folks. Next week we'll be talking about working in the Philippines and the problems of illegal working for foreigners. Thank you for tuning in. Please get in touch with me through the station. If you have any queries, I'll try to help you. I wish you the very best of luck on your journey. Goodbye for now. Okay.